Live from the Quick Transport Studios in Kaukauna, Wisconsin, the biggest podcast in the area. Welcome to Another Dimension. I'm Quinn.
I'm Trask.
I'm Taylor.
Perfect.
Well said.
All right.
I
Let's
think
get
it's
into
still
it.
true. I haven't seen another podcast come out of Kaukauna.
Have you looked?
No, but it's
Roll with
it's
it.
lonely at the top.
I think if you stick to saying Kaukauna, you're safe.
I mean, Dale
Yeah.
thought it was pretty big.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, a lot of people did.
Mm-hmm.
Back
What's in the
with
news?
Episode 69. Can you believe it?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Bring on the jokes.
Really?
I was waiting for
6,
someone
7.
to say something.
But I don't really have much news this week because we're going to kind of fill in with some things that we left off with last week and those kind of things. But I do have a scam.
Sorry to interrupt, but I had a lot of fun with the last one.
Me too.
Kind of opening some old wounds and
Moving on.
moving on. So we'll sprinkle some more of that stuff in.
Yeah. So back to in the news.
Sorry, yeah.
Before I was so rudely interrupted, the FMCSA put out another scam alert, and it is targeting the elderly again. People are calling the elderly and saying, hey, you can invest in a brand new semi for $10,000 and it'll generate you a bunch of money. And people are falling for it.
What's the pitch?
You get a semi for $10,000, brand new.
That's going to generate you revenue,
Yeah.
like an investment.
Yep. And the FMCSA just issued it as like one of their scam alerts thing, which I've never seen before. They have a whole list of scams that are happening now on their website. Yeah.
Wow.
It's just sad.
Right.
Like, why? I mean, I'm sure there was things throughout history that people got scammed on, but it's too easy now.
Yeah. Did you ever send money to like a prince?
Or, here we go. Or,
oh boy.
No, or is it just more prevalent? We have social media, we have all this stuff.
Digital.
You couldn't possibly list all the scams on the local news or in the newspaper, right?
No.
So now it's at your fingertips, and maybe that's why we know
It
more
is.
about it.
I think there's
Yeah.
more. It's just like anything with social media and all those things. But I think scams have always gone on, con artists, all that kind of thing.
100%.
My favorite show, White Collar, he was a full-blown con artist. But
Do you know the Eiffel Tower was sold twice by the same guy?
Yeah, I heard that.
He
Is
sold
that
it
true?
to 2 different investment groups, made a ton of money, and gone. Didn't tell either one about the sale to the other one. Sold it twice and made a ton of money. So it has always gone on. Yep, that's true. There you go. Little piece of history.
well, all right. But I just it sucks. Why? I know why they target the elderly. It's because of the vulnerability of them, right? But when I'm that age, if someone calls me up and says, "Hey, I'm going to do this," like our generation is going to know that. Hey,
Probably
this
going to be, I'm going to tell them to come over and show me what they got, and then hit them with a baseball bat or something. I don't know.
really
Yeah, because I'll be old and fiery, and
old and fiery.
yeah. You want to scam me? All right.
The general
Scam you.
populace will continue to fall for it because it's
Yeah, but-
just going to stay updated with the times. You're
I
always going to have the
suppose.
people that like kids are like people our age in 30 years will fall for this stuff because it's just going to keep up with technology and stuff. And
Yeah,
people
I
get into a
suppose.
pinch and they get cornered and they think they have to do something, and I don't know. It's weird.
Okay.
Can we talk about something uplifting instead
Yes.
of that?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. What do you got? I don't see anything uplifting on there.
Yeah, no. We had some safety topics this week.
Yeah.
Kind of just a
It's rut
reminder.
season.
It's rut season. Taylor's all
I'm
pumped
surprised
up.
he's even here. He's probably out in the woods recording us.
He's not here.
Where do you
No.
think I'm going straight from here?
Right. So be on the lookout for deer.
Yeah.
100%.
They are moving.
Especially at night, like that hour after dark. That's when you have to be extra. That's when those bucks are chasing does, and that's when a majority of
A lot of
accidents are
times
going to
there's
happen.
multiple.
100%.
Right.
Yep. If you see one, expect 2 or 3 more behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Guy in the department didn't come to drill last night. He was out hunting. Shot an 8-pointer. It's huge. But it's I have a story.
Okay.
We'll hop right into the story.
Okay.
Do you remember the call from Matthias?
Yeah.
He was driving somewhere and he goes,
Wasn't it Iowa?
Iowa or Ohio or something. He goes, can you pull up the dash cam footage of this? I think this deer just wanted to commit suicide. And we're like, what are you talking about? He goes, I just got hit by a deer. And you see Matt, he's driving down the highway, and this deer is just like trotting. And all of a sudden, Matt gets close, and this thing just jumps out in front of the semi and just gets...
It hit him in the side.
Did it hit him in the side?
Yeah, it hit him in the door.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
He was, I think he was merging.
Yeah,
To
maybe
get
that's
on the
what it was.
highway. I don't remember. He probably thought he was by it,
Yeah.
but it like jumped into his truck.
Yeah, it jumped right into the side of the truck. I had another driver that called. He was a smoker at the time. He was out on Highway 29, had his window down, cruising down the road, and all of a sudden, this wasn't here. He's like, I had to pull over. I'm like, okay, what's going on? He goes, a turkey flew up out of the ditch and flew into the inside of the semi, and he was driving down the road at highway speeds on 29, and this turkey flew in and it like landed on him. He had to like pull the semi over and get this bird out of the truck.
It flew through the window?
No, through the
open
side
window.
window.
Yeah.
He had his window down.
Yeah.
Yeah, flew in through the window.
The timing.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen those go through the front windshield. And
Yeah.
they
You
make
seen
a
the spurs on
mess.
those things?
Oh, yeah.
Whew.
Not a good situation.
No.
But yeah,
Another kind of safety reminder if you're traveling out west, probably most states, but Colorado,
September 1st.
September 1st, you got to be carrying your chains. So if you're traveling west, don't forget your chains. You will get fined.
Colorado, I think, is the earliest. I think everyone else kicks in on October 1st. I think Colorado is.
Well, and now we're almost to November 1st, so old news,
crazy.
but
Yeah. But
we don't go out that way a
No.
lot. So just kind of reminder.
yeah,
And daylight savings is Sunday.
is it this week?
Well, actually, when this comes out, yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
So
That
if you
is-
didn't know it was yesterday,
Yeah.
now you know.
So don't be late.
Yeah. So we've been talking kind of ad nauseum about non-domiciled drivers. And Sean Duffy, the transportation secretary, is pushing the English proficiency and the
Domiciling of our drivers.
yeah, like revoking non-domiciled driver
Right.
licenses. So the U.S. Postal Service decided to agree with him and put into effect that they were not going to load any or use any non-domiciled drivers.
They weren't going to use any
Any
drivers that were not domiciled.
Correct.
Okay.
Right. And if we back up a little bit, the whole non-domiciled driver thing, I think it started in 2017. And what the thought was there is if I have a license in Wisconsin, a true license, and I move to Illinois, they didn't want to make you change your license.
Correct.
In 2019, there was an alleged truck shortage,
Yep.
and they opened it up to
Borders.
less restrictions, right?
Yep.
So that created, and it was governed by each state. It wasn't federally regulated, and each state, we talked about California already, but they opened the floodgates, and they weren't following any sort of structure, and they entered all these non-domiciled drivers into the market, right? Fast forward, and this is debatable. Like, is this what's causing the freight recession? I would say it does have something to do with it, but the feds will say it has a safety effect, and I can agree with that as well.
I would agree.
But what the U.S. Post Office did is they said we're not going to load anybody. Instantly, they had trucks not showing up, late deliveries, and it caused a, lack of better terms, a shit show.
Chaos.
Yes. And within days, they revoked that. They said they were not prepared to disrupt the Postal Service. They didn't expect it to have that much of an impact.
Well, and the Postal Service is already in shambles.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is nothing. No, if you talk to anyone, they're not happy with the way it has been.
Mm-hmm.
So why is that? If you take it a step further, in your opinion, I mean, do you think it is? Is it a lack of funding thing? Is it planning? Is it too many people mailing things?
I don't
which
know.
I don't
Is
think.
Is
I think
it an
Amazon-
antiquated process?
100%. Writing on a piece of paper that's shaped like an envelope and putting a stamp on it and bringing it to the post office, like, you can't tell me there's not a better way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to send an email to this server, and you guys just charge my account 50 cents and address the envelope and whatever that may be. Then it's delivered, at least. It's a different way. There's got to be.
I understand the certified mail stuff, and you have to have documentation that received it, but there's read receipt on emails and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I don't know. I think it's an antiquated process. Do I think it's going away? No, I don't. But I mean, historically, postal freight was cheap.
Oh yeah. And it's not ideal. Like, it's always overnight.
Right. So they've got a lot working against them, but
So within days
they went back to their old ways because they just couldn't operate without it.
So how are these other companies lasting? And why
what
isn't
other
there
companies?
Let's just say the companies that use non-domicile drivers, per se, to haul flatbed freight.
Yep.
How did they not get hit with such?
Well, there hasn't been it hasn't been passed into law that they can't use them yet.
Right.
The postal service was just trying to comply with what the feds were going to enact. In my opinion.
To see if they could.
Yeah.
Like an early adopter of the process.
Yeah. And it didn't work. So before, I guess the synopsis of this story is going to be, hey, if we pull the non-domicile drivers out of the market,
Yep.
it should cause a capacity crunch and rates should go up. So
Right.
I think, for me, I think it's the right thing to do. I'm not saying all non-domicile drivers are wrong.
Do prices go up?
I would think so.
I mean, prices for everything go up then.
I would think so.
And like we talked about multiple episodes ago, like, it's going to get worse before it gets better. I mean, if you pull out, I'm going to say they, and I mean non-domicile drivers in this scenario, if you pull that out, that working class out of the working force, it's going to have a ripple effect on, hey, I got to pay more to get my stuff moved. I got to pay more to get this done and that done and everything else done. And everything else is going to get passed on to the consumer.
It will, but I agree with that, but I think it's deeper. How many inefficiencies are there in that supply chain that, hey, let's say they take 5% of the drivers away. Can't we come up with better efficiencies?
100%.
Right? We're completely inefficient, and I think we created our own problem.
I think that's why 4PLs are making such a big push.
Probably 6PLs.
Oh, there we go. We just started it here. 6PL, you heard it here first. But no, and that's the point of, like, that planning. Or let's use the project going on out back. Like, everyone has access to what's happening today based on that project, right? You can't tell me that somewhere someone came from here and came from here to do the same thing. There's got to be a software that can be laid on top of that that scrubs all of that, or like says, hey, Bob, you're coming from Alabama, and I know we just ordered this, but you're coming back with, I'm making this up. This is a bad scenario, but you know what I'm saying.
Here's a real life example. I don't know if you know this, but
I don't.
I'll keep the customer out of it. We hauled some freight to northern Michigan, 5 hours away.
Okay.
On Monday. They installed it.
Yep.
And then we needed to take some things up there later in the week for them to test it.
Yeah. Did you see the size of that?
I don't know about the size of it, but did you know that? So we initially went there on Monday, went back on Friday for testing, right?
Yep.
On Thursday, the install crew
Went up.
they were staying up there. They came back down to the valley, which is 5 hours away, because the wrong stickers were on the piece of equipment. And then they drove back up. So there's 9 to 10 hours of driving for stickers when we had a driver going there on Friday that could have brought the stickers up to them to put them on properly. That's inefficient. You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't know that part, but how? Okay, all right. So, real life example, right? But there's got to be a way to just network all of this. Like, hey, I don't want to say, hey, we need to go into
People
like
have
a huge,
tried for years.
right? But people get greedy, and then you don't trust someone, and they're like, oh, they're not putting all the freight on there, or this or that. Like, I get that. People suck. In order to trust someone, like, you got to have some pretty significant skin in the game, or realize that, hey, you might get screwed over at some point or another, right?
But if it's all uniform, then why do you want to do it?
Right.
Like,
That's just, you don't want to do it then. Like, you want to be the most efficient.
You want the challenge.
Yeah, so you can be the best. Speaking of challenges, you ever, like, you have a shed, right?
yeah.
You ever go out in your shed and fear that you're just going to find someone living in it?
I haven't.
So let's get into our driver story this week.
All right.
We had a driver
Lived up north.
lived
in a
up north in a nice area.
yeah, nice area, but not,
Isolated,
yes,
I think is the correct way to put it.
not highly populated.
Neighbors were through the woods, let's say. They weren't next door like a city. And he was a peculiar guy. Is that the right way to say that? And he's like, hey, I'm not going to be able to come to work on Monday. Something's going on at home. I got to figure out what it is, blah, 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 whatever. Well, yeah, on that Monday, he hung up a bunch of trail cameras up in his trees because, like, random things were happening around his house, right? And one of the trail cameras, he caught a man walking through his property, which I think he had, like, acreage. Like, I'm not saying 50 acres or 100 acres, but it was not a city. It was a nice lot. And one of the pictures he caught was a man walking through his property wearing a shirt of his.
Do you know where we discovered that?
Don't say any words.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But we were sitting right
Here.
here.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have a way to check his cards.
He brought the cards in. And, like, the clothes that he had out in the... he must have put, like, he got
They're
rid
like
of
old clothes or
clothes, but he put them in, like, a tote out in a shed. And this guy was basically living in their shed, which is on, like, the backside of their property, wearing his clothes.
Yeah.
And he caught him because he put up a trail camera and noticed this guy just walk out of his shed with his old underoos on. Can you imagine?
I will never forget when he was standing next to me when he put it all together. He didn't look at the pictures that close. So I'm like, I zoomed in for him and he's like, wait a minute. He took his glass off. He goes, that's my shirt. And then it all started to click and then he figured out who it was.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah. So, needless to say, what's the moral of the story? Don't keep clothes in your shed.
Sure.
Yeah.
Take it to Goodwill.
Or
Yeah.
lock your shed.
It might have been locked. You never know.
Yeah, I suppose.
They'll find a way in.
But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. That was funny.
And he wasn't gone for like extended periods of
A
time.
week.
Maybe.
Maybe. If that, yeah. Like, so this guy just knew his schedule, which is even more creepy. And was like, yeah, I gotta get a change of clothes. I'm going out tonight.
Resourceful.
Oh,
That's so funny. I forgot.
You know what else is resourceful? There is a beef shortage right now, and the prices to consumers is going through the roof.
I think that's been going on for a while.
Right. But Cargill
Okay.
is implementing your favorite term, AI, to help them get more meat off of the bone when they're processing meat. It has to do with training and like at point of sale, point of contact, like, hey, no, you need to take more off of that or this or that. And if they
That's
can
not all
save,
done by like a machine already.
no, they must hand trim it.
Wow.
So if they can save or if they can gain 1%, it's 2 million pounds of meat.
Is that a day?
year.
A year?
Wow. Million.
So 1% a day. So 2 million pounds.
A year.
Yep. So 100 times that. That's 200 million, right? on a year. They must produce 200 million pounds of meat.
Sure, Ed. 2 zeros.
Right.
3 zeros. 2 zeros.
2 zeros.
Yeah.
So
So
how much
there-
percentage do you think they can shave? Because I would, like, if I'm Cargill, and like, much like you, if we have a truck in Neenah and we need to drop a trailer in Neenah, we're not going to send a truck from Kaukauna to go drop a trailer in Neenah when we got a driver in Neenah, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If I'm Cargill
Yeah.
and they're like, I'm seeing people throwing away bones that still have meat on them, much like my kids when we eat wings. Like, no, you need to finish that. Like, how is this a problem? And how much have they thrown away?
Well, obviously enough.
Like, can you imagine if they've been doing this for 10 years?
Could be huge.
I think if you
be
really
20 million.
could see the amount of food that's like wasted around the like just the U.S. It like, dude, I was a manager at a grocery store. You know how much good stuff we threw out
Sure.
because of
Shelf life.
rules. Like we would steal it because we were in college, but like it was supposed to go in the dumpster, and it was tons and tons of good food. But because of a rule, it's got to go in the trash.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's wild.
So is this a machine, or is this like they're training people to do?
They're training people, and they also said like there is, I'm envisioning like a light or something because it gave you a red, green, yellow type stoplight tree. Hey, you need to do this.
Oh, so you can get another slab out of or slice off of this one. That's kind of crazy. You would think that in today's day and age that would not be a human job.
I would think there'd be a machine
Yeah.
just
I don't know.
slicing and dicing.
Or like a way to like grab onto the meat and just pull the bone out.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just weird.
who knows?
I read it on the interwebs. It's got to be true.
It's Al Gore made it. But I wonder. So they're doing this because of the so-on shortage.
Well, that's what they're saying, but really it's just a process improvement.
Well, and it's a profit.
It's yeah, absolutely.
I mean, 2 million pounds. I mean, if you, what's hanging weight of beef right now? I mean, it's got to be.
Hanging price, I don't
Yeah.
know, say it's $1 a pound.
That's $2 million bucks.
Right.
Yeah, that you're just throwing in the garbage. Can you imagine that? Just for a company that big, though, that doesn't seem like a lot.
Yeah,
It's not. It's really not.
and that was
But it
just
is.
that company though.
Yeah, it's just that,
So,
just Cargill.
I mean, add that up amongst all the major ones, ends up probably being a lot of food.
Yeah, but I mean, I could do a lot of things with $2 million a year extra. I got another kind of funny story. You want to hear it? Yesterday,
Okay.
we were having a carrier haul a load for us. It was high value. A lot of extra eyes on it, a lot of extra things on it, and the driver showed up and didn't speak any English.
None.
Zero.
Okay.
On top of that, it was a completely different company based on the MC.
Then we contracted?
Yeah.
Really?
So we didn't know that. Whatever. So through some digging, we got some pictures from the customer. Like, no, let's make sure it's the right. Like, a lot of the times, like, our customers will be shipping out multiple projects to different locations, right? So it could have been a different person that set this up. It doesn't sound like us. It's supposed to be X company and it's Y company. He's got the bill of lading. He's got everything. I'm like, oh man, now this is weird. Okay, so get on the phone, talk to the dispatch, and like, no, that's our driver. We're like, no, like this, something is fishy. Something is not adding up here. Well, in the meantime, we get another picture from our customer, and it's the driver. It's a picture of the driver putting on another magnet over the side of his truck to match, and it was pre-made. Like, it was whatever, pre-made.
To match what we contracted?
Yeah. So then now I have to have a different conversation with this. We ended up not using them, but now I want to hear what's going on, right? Like, I want to know what your thoughts are here.
Yeah.
Well, this guy's a brand new owner-operator, and he tries to book loads under his other one, and if they don't take him on that, he'll book under this. I'm like, oh, my gosh. Like, this just seems...
It's such crap.
Right.
And like, how do you trust anybody?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, and the guy didn't speak English. It'd be different if
See, that's the.
it'd be different if you pulled into a shipper and like that happened. You could be like, yeah, okay, but here's the situation. Is it still sketch? But I'm trying to go out on my own. I got my own authority, blah, blah, blah. But until I can get some decent customer base, I'm leased onto these guys as well. I can have that conversation, right?
How does IFTA and the plate and all that stuff work?
Probably when you are under a load under this MC, it's that. And when you're under one on yours, it's...
Yeah, but I think you'd have to have two separate IFTA accounts.
We'd have to have two separate plates, wouldn't you? Can you be
Not
leased to multiple?
necessarily.
No, I suppose not.
Because it's still registered.
Right?
But the IFTA,
But
That's
I'm not kidding. I'll show you.
everything I hate about this industry
I'll show
in a
you the
nutshell.
pictures. I'll show you the pictures. It was. I'm gonna say I'm making this up, but I think it was like Mervi Trucking, and like I said, I made that up originally, and that's like the actual stickers on the truck. And then you just see this guy with like a smirk. He doesn't speak English, right? He's smirking as he's putting on this magnet that says the company that we contracted with. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And this wasn't like this was an $800,000 shipment. This wasn't just a fly by night. And the company that we worked with prior, we've used. It was
Wow.
Yeah.
I've got more questions.
Go ahead and ask him.
No, not on here.
Cut the cameras.
Cut the cameras. The last thing I have
Okay.
is we talked about all these employee cuts and companies going out of business. Uber is everybody knows who Uber is for the
Cars.
taxi stuff, but Uber also moves freight. They are 3PL, 4PL, 6PL. Who the heck knows?
And a freight broker as well.
And freight brokerage, right? They just announced that they cut a majority of their commercial salespeople, business development, marketing. However, they are adding solutions architecture people and networking people.
So just a different spin on sales. There was a way for them to get rid of their shitty salespeople.
Maybe. I don't know what that means because I don't
Networking,
understand corporate
networking
mumbo
can mean
jungle.
So many different things.
I have a hunch it's more data and technology
It's going
stuff.
to be analytical.
And you can do all that probably in their world. You can do all that, the stuff they cut. These people are going to be able to do it cheaper, faster, and more.
Or they can have a computer do it, AI do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But that solutions architecture, like, oh, here's a problem, here's your solution, like
I'm
that
not
kind
sure
of
what
thing.
that means.
Or that would be a cool title. Like, I'm a solutions architect. Like, you have a problem, I can fix it. You would be a solutions architect.
Reverse engineer.
Right,
Here's,
like-
here's where I want to get to. Here's a
You
road.
wouldn't know what technologies to do, but you'd be like, hey, you need to do this, 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 and this, and that will fix your problem. You dumb.
You dumb.
You dumb. I was going to swear, but I caught myself. But the network planning, I thought it was networking.
Network planning.
Well, that's their efficiencies. The exact same things that I thought that said networking.
No.
Sorry. That makes sense. Like, hey, Bob, I'm going to have 7 trucks here in Texas this week. What do you have coming
we can
back?
do all these jobs. We can have.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jen, but we can have a Chat GPT person thing make up a nice marketing flyer for us. Sorry, Taylor.
No,
right? Like
it is-
it's
Do you think
true.
I don't do it? Yeah,
right.
100%.
But that's what marketing is now, right? It's utilizing those tools.
110%.
Right.
Yes.
But the
Absolutely.
sales and the business development,
Well,
if they had boots on the ground and they were paying for flights and dinners and yada yada yada,
golf.
right?
But I could see the network planning, like tapping on your current resources. Like, hey,
Sure.
they're so big that they don't know what's going on all the time. We're shipping 40 loads out a week from Texas that we're brokering at a $50 win, and we have 8 of our own trucks, I'm making this up, going in there. We might as well haul those 8 because they make sense out.
Yep.
Just, yeah. Like, I don't know. That's exciting.
They're restructuring.
They are. But do you think they're restructuring because of growth or because
Inefficiencies.
well, is it? Because
Yeah.
clearly, how did they get there if it was inefficient? And I don't mean it
because
like,
they can let's say the pot's only so big, right?
Right.
If they can reallocate the money that I'm just saying on entertainment and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying that's not needed because it is in certain circumstances, and you need to have. I feel you need to have that personal relationship.
Right.
However,
you don't need it.
Sometimes that gets taken to the next level. I mean, I've got a really good friend who's in the sales world, and he's like, "Yeah, we're going to golf at Augusta. What else are you doing? Nothing. We're just going to golf." Like, oh, okay.
How did he get on Augusta?
You can get on. My dad played it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you know some, so if a member brings you, anyone can go. So if you're a friend, anyone can go.
It's a big company.
It's still crazy.
But so they're just reallocating their dollars to, hey, maybe the way we did business was inefficient. We're going to invest in maybe some technology stuff and maybe do it smarter.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm 100% okay with that. But I still think that you may not need 150 of those people, right? I don't know at scale what they have. But you're still going to need 1 or 2 or 3 that is going to have to go do those kind of things. But money put into problems like, hey, maybe that's an internal problem that they can fix, or maybe like the Uber app is draining them, or they're not having enough users, or they're losing shares to Waymo, or whatever that may be.
This sounds hokey, but talk about, I mean, you go on the road to see customers. This sounds funny, but Teams was a life changer.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It was.
It is. 100%. It not only saved me from going to the wrong location one time, that happened, but I can get so many more meetings done just on a face-to-face Teams in a week than I can driving.
And it's less intrusive. They know it's scheduled.
Yeah.
They're planning on it. They have this allotted time. You're not popping in. It's more efficient.
Right.
Popping in, I still see as beneficial. But if you
can
can
be
just
the
handle it with a
second-
Teams call,
I try to.
face-to-face, I mean.
Picture to picture, whatever. Yeah. But it's way better than a phone call. Mm-hmm. Half the time I'm the only one with my camera on, so it's no different than a phone call. But not only that,
it just sounds more sophisticated.
It does. Hey, you want to have a Teams call? Yeah. Sweet. But not only does it do that, the other cool thing is you can tie it into like your AI bots and stuff, and it'll summarize the whole call for you and shoot you a recap of like, hey, you need to schedule that meeting you talked about, or you need to do this and do that. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, I feel like I did a lot and I did a lot less.
Efficiency.
Right.
Boom.
Yeah.
The problem is you just got to get them scheduled. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot easier for people to push off a meeting on a calendar than it is when you're standing there.
It is.
So.
But it's worked well for us.
But you can also, and I don't want to give out my secrets, or make it sound like I don't care, because I truly do care. But when you're trying to just get out and see how things are going, you can type up one email and just change and people do this all the time, and change to who it's going to and use it. And it's just another efficiency thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyway.
All right. We got one last driver story.
I shared I shared what I had. What do you have?
Well, I've got
sounds like
some things that just happened here. So we were oiling some boards on a trailer to preserve them, right?
We were redoing the trailer, right?
I think we redid the trailer, and we were going to oil the boards to preserve them. And we did that, and we wiped up the excess with some rags, and we threw the rags into the little red steel bin.
Combustible.
Where we're supposed to. Well, the next morning we came in, and the whole place smelled like it was on fire. And there was smoke in the shop. And when we looked at the cameras, at one point the entire shop was full of smoke,
right? Because
spontaneous combustion. Tell us what happened, Fire Marshal. That's all.
It just started on fire
spontaneously. But
it gets hot when it starts to dry out.
When it's compacted.
Like if you like. The only reason I know this, and I don't actually know it enough to talk about it intelligently.
You know more than I do.
But my dad was a painter by trade, and I remember like when he stained or did anything or used anything along those lines, he's like, don't throw those on the ground. You got to hang them out. And I'm like, this is the stupidest thing. He goes, if you do that, it will start on fire. And that's what happened.
Yeah. And so I guess that's kind of a safety tidbit. But the moral of the story is the guys that were working on that did everything right.
Mm-hmm.
They wiped up, and they put it in the combustible bin, and that did its job. So,
You know what I was laughing about? The combustible spelt wrong on the tank from our vendor that was here.
that's still here. Yeah.
But
Trask picks on me because I pick on him about grammar.
yeah, he does.
Oh, I'm a stickler too about it.
But now he knows where I get it.
There you go.
Quinn's
Which
father,
Oh,
Kurt, came in. He goes, "You guys see these idiots out in the yard?" And I'm hearing the story secondhand, but I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this sounds like Quinn." And he goes, "How do you spell combustible?"
It's on the fuel tank out
It's
there.
on the fuel tank out there that the vendors are using.
yeah.
Ken rattles off how you spell it. So you wouldn't spell it with an A? No. Go look at that fuel tank.
Yeah.
It's spelt wrong. No one has noticed it.
I noticed it.
I guarantee you did.
Yeah.
Is it like a European thing?
No, they're a local company too.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So
That's funny.
It's the little things that matter sometimes.
and to who? Because the
It's
85
taking
other
pride
job
in
sites,
your work.
the 85 other job sites that tank has been
Maybe
on.
I'll call them. Maybe I'll call them.
What is a combust table? I don't know what
I
this
don't think
is.
you're in compliance because it's spelled wrong.
That was pretty funny.
I don't know what this is.
Combustible.
Anyways, I appreciate it,
Yeah,
Dad.
thanks
Now
for
I know.
listening.
Now I know why I am like I am.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah, it helps us too.
have a good day. Thanks. for
See you guys.
listening.